I guess first off, most clients always, they have a bit of an understanding of what they want. So from there I lead into, what they're going to use the pool for, how much room they think they might need, how many kids they entertain a lot. So it's basically just finding out what they need, and then from there we can work out the best way to go about that. I guess the most common questions that we're always asked is, should I lay pavers on sand or should I lay them on concrete? Now, traditionally in the older days we used to lay all our pavers on sand around the pool, because most of the time they're always a small format, so we could, you can get away with laying them. These days, most people want large format pavers, large format concrete or natural stone. So nowadays we cannot, you can't lay pavers on sand around a pool just purely because of the movements around, the sand that washes out, and you get a far better job on concrete. A lot of the time when we go to do houses, they've either left their al fresco so we can tie in with the pool, or they've already got tiles. Now, typically I always say, this is your pool area, you want it to be slightly different than the rest of your house if you've already got matching tiles. So you want the pool area to stand out and make that sort of the showpiece for the house. Every pool that sells obviously has to have a bond beam. Now, bond beam, a standard beam is suitable for one paver to go all the way around, and that maintains the structural integrity of the pool. We can go anywhere from a standard paver up to whatever distance you want to go out from the pool, depending on the size of your yard and your living area that you want. To determine how far we go out, sometimes we try to match the area of what they're laying with the size of the paver. Basically just so you can have a seamless line between the whole area, reducing the cutting down, not for labour, but for more so the visual aspect of the job. So we try to help them out to whatever size paver to make that look good going around the whole job and working out with their fence lines and things like that. A bond beam is a concrete beam, a structural beam that goes around the ring of the pool, and that maintains the structural integrity of the pool. Now, typically it's 370mm wide, and that suits a 600 by 400 paver or a 400 by 400 paver. So you're not limited to just the beam. You can extend that beam to whatever distance you want. It is better to extend the beam out so we have one seamless pour, otherwise you're going to have an expansion joint between the bond beam and the coping paver and the rest of the paver, whether you have concrete or whatnot. And you want to try and eliminate that. If you can do it all in one pour, it's going to be a lot stronger and you're going to get a far better job. Personally, for me as a contractor, for the type of work that we do, I always, as much as I can, I like to try and speak to the owners of the pool before the pool goes in. That way you can eliminate any problems, you can get the right heights, you can work out where a cut and a fill may be, any retaining walls, any plumbing, where you're going to run electricity so you don't have a problem in the future. Plus, probably the most important thing is the height of the pool. Getting the height of the pool in relation to your al fresco area, your entertaining area, whatever it may be, that's very critical, because once the pool's in, you can't move it. So I always like to try and speak to the clients exactly what they want so we can basically map out the whole yard and get the result that they're after. Basically, we always notify the client when we're going to be there. We ring up either a couple of days before, notify them what time we're going to arrive on site. If they're going to be home, normally I'd like them to be there for the first day so we can go over the whole job, make sure they understand exactly what's going on, that they understand what they're getting and how it's all going to look. And then from there, basically we set out the process of what happens in the order of operations of the job. So whether it's retaining walls first, the concreting, we form up. Typically on a standard job, once Compass are finished installing the pool, we will come in and form up and pour the concrete. That cures for approximately 2 to 3 weeks, and then we can come back and lay all the tiles or paving, whatever you choose. And that can take anywhere from a day to 2 weeks, depending on the size of the job. Definitely get a contractor that can understand pool surrounds. Typically a landscaper that can help you out, a professional. Try to stick to one trade if they can, without having multiple trades. That way it cuts down on how many people are on the site, cuts down any errors between communication between one trade and another trade. So that's why we're experts in what we do, basically, because we can handle the whole lot. I was just at a client yesterday. And I said, look, if they want to see the finished product, I can give them names and numbers, or even organise for myself to go out there, take them out there. We can have a look at the product so they can feel it, so they can and see visually what it's going to look like before they actually even get the product as well. People ask my opinion all the time. There's so many options that you can have. Some people choose a longer coping paver, and then they have, say, a 400 by 400, like a square paver for the surrounding area. People do the opposite. They have a smaller paver and they have a longer paver for the outskirts, or they have one product. There's so many different options. I think when you try to overcomplicate a pool area, that's when it starts to get a bit messy. We try to keep one product and split it up with, say, a feature tile all the way through, something small that's not going to stand out too much. I think the subtle touches that you do are far better than trying to do different colours or mix and match that way. So once we've finished laying the tiles or pavers, you have to wait a minimum of 7 days before we can seal the pavers, just to let the grouts cure, let all the moisture come out before we seal them. And then after that, basically within 24 to 48 hours, they can start enjoying their pool.